Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Godfather Minute with me, Andy Robinson.
And me, Alex Robinson.
And together we're talking about minute number 34
of the Godfather Part II.
Minute 34.
Alex, repeat after me.
Minuto.
Numero.
34.
You got it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. You got it before I did. I had to think. I was stumbling on that one.
You know what? By introducing myself as you, it made me, I was able to sap your skills.
You channeled my inner language abilities. And that's what we do with our new language instruction tapes. All you need to do is think of someone that speaks a language and voila.
That would be a crazy superpower. That anyone who you thought of, you had total access to all their memories and
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
Not just their foreign languages, everything.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, minute 34 starts off in Mikey's office, and Mikey confesses to Al that he thinks Frankie had too much wine.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has too much...
I'm going to make a confession, Al.
And also that he has things that going on back in New York that he has to take care of. So Don Corleone does what any crime lord would do, hits the dance floor.
Yeah.
The war had just broken out, and we were all young and naive. While dancing with Kay...
go ahead.
What were you going to say?
That's really why Frankie Five Angels left, because he heard them playing
dance?
Tacos the Weasel on the dance floor.
Well, I thought he wanted to get out there to dance. Don Corleone, they're playing my song. Cheech, I'm on you.
You ain't going to hear no cover songs from me tonight.
5, 6, 7, 8. While dancing with Kay, she reminds Mikey that 7 years ago he made a solemn pledge that the Corleones would be completely legitimate in 5 years.
And Alex,
meaning that it has now been 2 years since they've been legitimate, so that's pretty good.
Great. I'm surprised the movie continues. You'd think that they would go right to GF3.
So start off with Mikey in the office.
Yeah. By the way, Al Neary is slumped over on that bar. He's ready to conk out.
He has been up on his feet probably for like 15 hours.
Does he have the most physically demanding job of all of the... I mean, besides kind of manual laborers that are hired by the Corleones?
Huh.
I mean, he's
like
opening
physically
doors.
hard, not emotionally
Correct.
difficult.
Yes.
Right.
He's opening doors. He's greeting people. He's taking Johnny's people to go get... Oh, no, that was Rocco. Rocco actually does a lot of that stuff.
I was going to say, it's between him and Rocco.
Yeah.
In fact, I would maybe say Al does less physical stuff because isn't Rocco more recent?
Yeah.
A more recent...
yeah.
I mean, at this point. But
I think you're right.
They're both pretty...
Yeah. And Rocco's the one in the end, spoiler alert, in the end, who Michael sends to the airport to pick
that's right.
Hyman Roth up from the airport.
Do you think it was because they knew...
massage parlor. Shoot Hyman Roth in the airport. I want respect.
So,
that's Rocco complaining to Al.
It sounded like Rocco doing an impression of Frankie Five Angels is still complaining about... Wah, wah!
Yeah.
Do you think because Rocco's not in GF3?
No.
Do you think that Francis Ford Coppola, when we were sitting down, asked the guy who played Al and the guy who played Rocco, and he was like, would either of you be interested in coming back for GF3? And Al was like, sure, I'd come back. And Rocco was like, nah, I'm kind of done with it. So then he's like, okay, Rocco's the one that gets killed in this movie.
Oh, before...
Yeah, while they were filming GF2.
That would be a smart move. That's a smart move.
Why, are you making GF3? Well, no, maybe not now, but... maybe 10 years from now.
That would be great. They get them to make pre-commitments, and that guides the story writing. Do they do that in Hollywood with shows and movies?
I feel like it's usually... Well, I mean, obviously, actors leave shows all the time. You know, and they write their characters off.
Yeah.
But
It always seems like such a challenge. Like if I were a writer, I would be thinking many seasons ahead. I
guess you just have to start thinking that way. Yeah.
Yeah, just go with it. There are all these plan Bs. Like, all right, what if Al Pacino leaves? What if Marlon Brando leaves? What if...
Well, clearly with GF2, they had a plan for Clemenza and Mrs. Clemenza both leaving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then also for GF3, Bobby Duvall didn't come back. So.
And if you look on the storyboard for GF2, it says if if Rocco doesn't come back, and then there's a big Zaza question mark.
Oh,
they're already thinking ahead.
I wish that more movies would film things and I know movies have budgets, they have to account for everything, they can't just film stuff for fun because they're like, oh, you know what, we might use this someday.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool to have to purposely film stuff knowing that, okay, we're not even going to use this for like 20 years from now when we do a sequel, we'll have the scenes here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Especially when it's a long jump between things.
Yeah.
But how would you know you're going to...
Yeah, you're going to be thinking years ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you have filmed in Godfather 1 that was not filmed?
What you mean with
the original characters?
That's a good question.
Yeah, well, I might have to think about that.
I was thinking of if you knew, but like you said, if you knew Clemenza wasn't coming back, they could have introduced Frankie Five Angels in GF1. So they really should have said at the beginning, all right, who's definitely not coming back for number 2?
Everyone raise your hands if you're not coming back. Or please stand up.
Yeah. But then, of course, like if... Clemenza probably didn't know at the beginning that he wasn't coming back. It was only when he got a big head that he was like, hey, you know what, you're right. I should have held that for more money.
I do have a big head for big deals.
Out of a buffalo, they say.
It's like Hitler at Munich. They never should have let him get away with that.
That's an underappreciated line. Bring that one back more frequently.
Yeah. It's possibly the most historic line in the trilogy. Oh no, as we saw during the Godfather 3 commentary, Joey Zaza goes into that the historical monologue about
Italians.
About Italians in history.
I thought you were going to talk about listening to Tony Bennett records. Is Tony Bennett, we should have wrote this last week. So yeah, if you haven't heard it yet, we did our Godfather 3 commentary. We released it last week for the Patreons. All levels get it. So, no excuse not to sign up. But
so enjoy.
Is Tony Bennett the only real life person mentioned in the fictional world of the Godfather universe? The Pope. The Pope.
Well, they say, but that's a title. I could fit any of them. Do any of the
guy
names
is supposed to be the Pope? Who
I know they use their names in GF3, like Pope John. I would never.
So yeah, I guess that's an actual appeance by a historical figure. But there you go. Good thinking. You got GF3 on the brain.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, or if you're not a supporter, get in there and listen to it. We had a lot of fun doing it. We got some positive comments over at Fredo Corleone's Mickey Mouse Nightclub.
Awesome. Yeah.
Some people felt like we really hit it out of the park.
And it's 3 hours, so even if you sign up at the basic level, you're paying $1 an hour.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
I mean, we
should take it down. That's too good of a deal.
Yeah, let's get rid of it, or chop it into thirds. And for what is it? 3 hours? That's 1 hour per stone in your shoe.
So Mikey at the beginning says, "Oh, that old man's had too much wine," which is a line I've quoted a lot of times.
What do you make of that, Alex?
Well, I think he's referring to Frankie Five Angels, who is an old man.
Yeah, but why did he? What part of what Frankie said is getting Michael to?
I think the
justify
fact that he was
or
that he was so defiant about calling it his family
But anything in particular?
No, I don't know. I guess I just thought of it as just being his. Maybe when he knocks over the glass.
I thought
that was like an hour ago. So
I know it was, yeah.
So
like the old man had too much wine, sobered up, and then had more wine and too much of it.
That old man has had too much speed.
See, I thought when he said, "Oh, the old man has had too much wine," he was just referring to how the Rosado brothers saved the gambling for last. because that's ridiculous.
Oh,
of course they don't.
Like no one could do that. That's
I mean, all the other stuff about wanting them dead and Frankie wanting to run his own family the way he wants to. That's all reasonable.
I feel
he's a reasonable man.
I feel like it's like he kind of has to explain to the crew why he's not like having him killed or something.
There's a little bit of that too.
Yeah, like Al's like, all right, we all know he was just kind of talking. You know.
Oh, you're saying so he's giving kind of an order that he is not to be touched.
No, I just think
more
like
kind of like saving face.
Kind of more like saving face.
Yeah. Like, boy, I would have had one of you guys kill him, but he had too much wine.
Although it is interesting that considering that he does turn out to have a rat in the house.
Oh yeah.
But this might be a case of Mikey just being like, you know what, that probably wasn't a big deal. Like maybe he's not being as critical or as paranoid as I guess as he needs to be, which is think how those around you think.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what he was doing. It's like, all right, he just had too much wine. Like, I've thought the way he did. I absorbed all his memories and the language skills, and he just had too much wine. That guy.
I absorbed all his memories. Now I know why he gets all bent out of shape when Pop Goes the Weasel comes on.
I suddenly don't have the head for big deals.
Do you think if you do that long enough...
Wait, did we miss that line already?
No, that's in the...
that's in the when they reunite. They only have 2 scenes together.
Yeah,
there was the one that this one that just happened, and then when he goes to visit him in New York.
Well, they have a 3rd scene in the Senate
that's
inquiry.
true, but they're not really like together.
Do you think when people absorb someone else's memories, like we were joking around at the beginning of this minute, if they do it for long, if they do it for too long, do they start to take on those behaviors? So, for example, Mike is like, I can see why he doesn't like that song. You up, you up. And of course, he's talking to Al, who's all slumped over on the bar.
That was how he got involved in the crime business to begin with. Because originally he was like, I don't want that's not me. That's my family. That's not me. And then when he was around Pop, he was like, I don't know. I should think around those around me. Think like also.
He became a cat person. That was the first sign.
He switched out his lighter and got a kitty cat. But one thing he has is a watch, and he says that old man had too much wine. And then he looks at his watch, and he says, "Oh, it's late." Mm-hmm. And it's a tiny little thing. I feels like he takes too long to look at his watch. Like he looks at it, and then it takes he looks at it for like a second before he's like, "It's late." Like it's almost like he had to wait for it to like scroll across the. I don't know. Most people feel like they can just look at their watch with a glance. And he looks at it and he holds it there for like a second. Which is a long time.
Anyway, I did not notice that.
Do you think that's kind of breaking it down minute by minute? You're right.
Here we are talking about it. This is a sign that not much happened during this minute. Mikey's lip was... I don't know. I thought I saw a quiver when he said that word. Frankie.
That's a sign that he wasn't telling the truth.
I'll look back and watch that. Do you think that was just a Pacino thing, just waiting for the scene to be over? Because that was the last thing he does, right?
Yeah.
He's just waiting for Francis Ford Coppola to say cut.
It's weird because he says it's late, and then he looks at the camera and kind of like shrugs, like, "What are we doing?" No, he doesn't. That doesn't really happen.
Is that a wrap, guys? I mean, Frankie is too much wine.
Yeah, he didn't even know the cameras were still rolling when that part happened. He looks at the slow at reading a clock.
Yeah.
I think he was absorbed too many Alfredo's memories. That's kind of slowed him down. And you're doing too much comedy with that brain absorption you're doing.
Yeah. Wow, that's an interesting idea. So, little sidebar here. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Is this about the brain absorption part, or is this still that?
No.
Okay.
So Bob Dylan,
musician.
Ooh, sounds a lot like Vito Corleone, by the way. Never put that together until right now. No, that's not my comment. My comment
I want you to go talk to this movie producer guy.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
like pre-war scotch.
It's funny because we used to do Beatles, like what Beatles songs would be good for the minute. Now the songs like, Bob Dylan songs, but his songs are so obtuse that could be any song could be for any minute.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Johnny Fontaine, rest your voice right here. You look terrible so near.
What were you going to say about Bobby Zimmerman? What were you going to say?
First of all, big Bob Dylan fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the name Bob, just like I like the name Billy.
But if he was Billy Dylan?
It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Have a nice...
Billy
it almost
Dylan.
rhymes in a way. Billy Dylan.
Billy Dylan. Bob Dylan has
Joel Dylan? Joel Dylan. No.
Oh, come on. Don't
Dylan Joel?
Should not have brought up the names.
Bobby Joel. Bobby Joel's a good
Bobby
one.
Joel. Okay. That might be more timeless and universal.
It sounds more country-ish, though.
It does, yeah. Wait, are you... Hold on. Stop the cameras. Stop the press. Are you saying you like the name Bobby better than Billy?
No. It depends on the context. I think Bobby and then it's... Bobby Joe just sounds more country then.
Yeah.
I don't have any objection to Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby or Bob?
Bobby. Bobby Brady. You got Bob Dylan. Bobby Dylan.
Bobby
D,
Blue Bland.
Bobby Blue Bland.
Bobby Socks. Bobby Doll. Anyway, so what are you going to say?
Bob Dylan has a great album called Blood on the Tracks.
Uh-huh.
Great album. Are you familiar with it, Alex?
I know it's one of his...
Tangled Up in Blue, Lily Rosemary, Jack of Hearts.
Yeah. I get
some classic tunes.
I get a couple of my great Bob Dylan albums confused. I think I might confuse Blood on the Tracks with Blonde on Blonde because that's the other one that's like that's his best album. But yeah, I've heard the album. I know Blood on the Tracks.
So it's a great album, and there's a full band playing on almost all the tracks. Mm-hmm. And I learned a few years ago that was not the original version of the album. The original was all acoustic, and he recorded it in, I think, in New York, a bunch of sessions. And that was going to be the original release, but he's like, no, I don't like it. I don't like most of it. So he re-recorded most, if not all, of the songs and re-released it. And that's the version you hear. But you can hear the original album. And it was originally just a bootleg passed from fan to fan before the internet, Alex. And the bootleg was called Blood on the Tapes.
Blood on the Tapes.
I think now it's an official release.
I know he released one of his bootleg things. I think it was called More Blood, More Tracks.
That might, I'm sure there are a bunch of takes from those sessions. And Joni Mitchell was apparently, I think, present during those original recordings, and she couldn't believe that.
Joni is a name I'm not crazy about. Billy Mitchell?
Joni Mitchell could not believe that he did not release that original version because she was present when he was recording it, I think. I heard this all secondhand. Anyway, you got me thinking. What if...
I really got you now?
What if the movies we see, GF1 and 2, were actually just run-throughs?
Like a rehearsal?
Yeah, and Francis Ford Coppola either lied to them and said, we're just doing run-throughs of the whole movie, then we'll record the real thing.
Yeah.
But it was either a trick or not, and that's what was released.
Okay.
And you got me wondering about that because that's maybe why Al Pacino was just busted looking at his watch. He wasn't... like, there were moments where they truly didn't really care about continuity, but it just went so well. It was cut so well and acted so well. He just took it.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
So what's funny about that one is that they couldn't have, even though it was a good take, they could have cut it sooner before he looked at his watch and said it's late.
Are you kidding me? That's so that's the only clue in the whole trilogy that this was all a run through.
I don't think that's true because at the end of GF1, I don't know if you remember towards the very end of the movie, and Kay is looking in the door, and then the door gets shut. And that could not have been on purpose. Why would they block the shot with the door? I just don't think it was weird choice.
Well, maybe that's why there's so many overdubs and overdub alerts too, because the actors
for Barzini.
Well, because the actors didn't think that was going to be kept, so they sometimes just said random things. Like Carlo was saying, "I want to go home." I want to go home. Instead of clean it up. Because it was a late night shoot.
You just been cleaning up like, come on, do a good take.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times
because-
there wasn't even a sound crew there, so they were because that's why they had to dub it, because there was literally no recording of the act.
The whole
other than
movie
this.
is an overdub alert.
We should do a dubbed version of The Godfather. Let's do it.
We should as a bonus.
We do it. Let's do it.
Like instead of commentary, we just
Yeah, that would be harder
wow.
because we have to plot it out ahead
No,
of
we don't
time.
have to write it. We just kind of go for it. Maybe we think ahead of time who's going to be what characters.
So you're saying, I guess, what would be funnier if we planned it out, or if we did try to just like, okay, I'm the voice of Michael, you're the voice. So anytime there was characters talking, I would just make up Mikey's dialogue.
Oh my gosh, I kind of want to try it just spontaneously first, just to see how it goes.
Let's do it. Play the movie. Play the movie right now.
Okay, here we go.
We'll do it live.
You'll be
do it live.
Bonus Sarah, and I'll be
ready?
I'll be Vito Corleone.
Okay, ready?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Action.
I love Sanka. Sanka is the best. Stop laughing. You're interrupting me. You're we can't do it. It's distracting.
You believed in your coffee style beverage. You drank your tea, and you believed in America's drinks. What did it get you? Nothing. Hey, look, we got something going here.
You know, we're on to something here.
So
let's practice. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, do other people do that? Are there channels on YouTube of people doing this? Because if not, we need to get in on that.
I don't think so, only because you probably, if you're going to put it on YouTube, you probably want to show the film and dub it, but you couldn't.
Oh, you're
can't.
not allowed to show the whole movie.
Yeah. You would have to do basically like we do with the commentary, which is you'd have to re-record it with no sounds.
Yeah.
And then we would have to put sound effects in. And then whoever was watching at home would turn the volume all the way down, and we would provide it's almost like you're listening to like a different language, like a different,
yes.
like an audio track by.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's do
It'd
it.
be like a radio show,
Like a radio drama.
right? Because with the sound effects, maybe some narration.
Oh yeah.
Like Tom Hagen hands Amerigo a drink.
Oh, like stage directions? No, I think it should just be because it should just be like when you're watching the movie.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing it.
Oh,
so.
I see. So we're completely replacing the audio track.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
You
great.
could put crazy, funny sound effects in.
Yeah. All right, you got to pick right now. Where would you put the funny spring sound?
In GF2 or GF1?
Both.
In GF2, it is when they go see the Superman in Havana.
All right, when he gets disrobed.
Yeah, when he gets disrobed. That's what it would be.
And how about GF1?
GF1? Boing.
It could be where Don Corleone smacks Johnny.
Yeah. That one you need like a cuckoo, cuckoo. You know, like you got hit and all the little stars going around, and you need like that. You know, like those little two birds be tweeting around his head. Yeah. All
right, we got some work to do.
right, I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
All right. Well, what else you got, Alex?
Well, we go out to the dance floor where the war had just broken out. And we see them, Kay and Mikey dancing on the dance floor.
Slow dancing.
Slow dancing.
He's a short dude.
He's
He's a short dude.
He is.
Yeah.
And she's probably wearing flats, too, to make herself not as tall.
Huh.
So
she might have even been kneeling because they didn't show their feet. Did you notice that?
I think she is standing on a box and he is standing in a trench. So I think
you mean the other way around. But she's still taller than he is. That's how short this guy is.
She's standing in a 2-foot trench. He is standing on a 2-foot box.
2-foot trench and a 2-foot box. You just named the episode, Alex. Yeah.
Kay is wearing a purple dress.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I don't know if there's any significance to it, but there's a.
Wait, I gotta go back.
Wait,
Alex, your fans want to know.
Yeah, who is the real
Alex Robinson?
Who is the real Alex Robinson? 'Cause 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 ' time.
If you had to, for the rest of your life, every time you were stationary, standing somewhere, not walking,
Yeah.
and you had to either be standing on a 2-foot box or in a 2-foot pit, which would you pick?
I would say 2-foot pit.
Okay.
Just because I'd be less worried about falling over.
No, don't worry about that.
Oh, is there mattresses and padding around me?
Don't think of the safety. That's all taken care of. Just in terms of interacting with people. Would
Okay.
you rather,
then
would you rather be 8.5 feet tall or 4.5 feet tall?
Standing on the box.
8.5 feet tall?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm stable.
You'd be a freak show.
So I said 2 feet. I said the box, and you immediately were like, no.
I'm just saying you
You're clearly
immediately
pushing me towards the standing.
Well, you
want
to be 4.5 feet tall or 6.5 feet tall?
I want to be 8.5 feet tall.
Or 8.5 feet tall, yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Okay.
not 8.5 feet tall, but 8 feet 1 inch. That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
But
You're going to be banging your head. It's
But
going
I'm
to hurt.
stationary. You said I'm stationary.
Well, you're going to be falling off the box and cracking your head
I'm
open.
taken care of. It was supposed to be taken care of.
Read the fine print, kid. Go get on that box.
Well, Andy, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Paywall time.
Oh, cha-ching. Cha-ching.
Anyway, if you want to keep hearing more of us yapping about Minute 34, you got to go to godfatherminute.com/support to become a Patreon supporter, and you get to hear you'll double the length of all your episodes and get access to that commentary track we did.
That's right. And this particular minute, we get into some really funny stuff. Arguably, the second half is funnier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, don't hype it up too much, though, because now people are going to be like, oh, boy, this is going to be really funny.
I thought it was really funny.
So,
you
you
got
know.
Garbage Pail Kids, you got Tom Hagen, you got Kay.
And here's another plea I'll make to. I know we keep these short, but if you sign up now, not only will you get all the GF2 full length episodes, but you have 100 and whatever minutes of GF1 to go with bonus content for all those episodes that you can check out.
That's a whole lot of bonus content.
It's endless.
That's right.
You might not be able to listen to it this year, but maybe it'll take you 10 years to listen to it all.
Have you listened to all that content, Alex?
No!